Hey everybody, this is David Hem over Imago Day Insurance Advisors. Wanted to talk to you today about more options. So again, we've talked before about fully insured plans, and that's kind of the basic normal way that people go about doing insurance. I just released another video on the ICRA or QSERA, very similar products, but as another option or way to look at insurance as a way to go ahead and potentially solve problems for you and your company, manage budget. Another option, another route that you can go is something that's called level funding or self funding. Level funding and self funding essentially breaks out insurance into its component parts. So, in a fully insured plan is a whole package. And in that package, it includes the insurance that you're paying for, also known as stop loss, meaning that the insurance will pay over a certain amount if the claim is too high, and it'll also pay over a certain amount over time if you've paid too many times over the course of a year. In insurance, you would look at that as deductible and max out of pocket. It's the same type of idea, but with level funding, that's one of the courses. Is you have the insurance piece, the stop loss carrier. You have a claims expense, which is where the company will actually put money into to help pay claims out of for your employees. And then the last piece is your third party administrator. So the third party administrator will help you deal with any things that pop up over the course of the year. It helps you with any of the legal compliance stuff, your forms. They're an administrator. That's what they do. They help you administrate your plan. Um, Again, your fully insured plans, your Blue Cross, your Cigna, your Kaiser, whatever you have, they all work similarly, except they're all bundled in one package. So they're broken up that way. You just don't see it on your side. They pay it the same way. You just don't actually see it. But the problem with the bundle is that those carriers can actually bump up the cost and pad it a little bit. So that way, on average, they pad it 25 to 30%. So that way, again, they don't lose money because they're kind of not sure what's going to happen. They take a little bit of risk on their side. So to cover their risk, they charge you more. And which is why every single year your premiums go up and it costs more money. Level funding or self funding is a way for you to deal with this where there's a lot more visibility on where the money is going. So, from transparency's sake, you're able to see how your money is being used a lot better. The cool part about level funding is it also functionally works like a fully insured plan, meaning that month over month, you pay the same premium. So, just like your plans now, if you have group insurance, you pay a particular premium each month for your plan. And by that, you get insurance. The same would work with a level funded plan. The level means that you have the same payment over time. And now, what would happen is at the end of the year, upon review, if you didn't use everything that you put into this claims account over the course of the year, you can actually get that money refunded. A fully insured plan would never do that. You would never get a refund for not using enough insurance over the course of the year. Level funding is an arrangement that actually will give you money back in your pocket at the end for unused portions. Pretty cool. So if you're a healthy group and your company doesn't use it very often, you can actually receive money back for putting that in there. Now, I'm going to highlight a particular company today just because they're getting into this market and they're kind of starting to make some waves. So you all know the name Allstate. So Allstate, typically you would know them in the form of auto insurance. They do a handful of things, but Allstate recently bought a company called National General. National General has been playing in the space for a long time. And now Allstate has their own wing that's called Allstate Health Benefits. Now, Allstate Health Benefits is rolling out this level funded plan. This level funded plan is really good. They have very competitive rates, and they're able to do this type of plan for companies as small as 2 employees. In most situations, you wouldn't really go this level funded, self funded route unless you're bigger. It's almost unheard of for a company over 100 people to not be on one of these plans. They almost always make sense for a group that large, but it can be more costly for groups that are smaller. So say you're a company with 10 people, sometimes those level funded plans just financially don't make sense for you. Allstate Benefits has actually jumped into this market with the intent of being able to help smaller employers. And don't get me wrong, they do larger employers too. 50 plus employees, 100 plus employees, they can, thousands of employees they can handle. But this product is really excellent for those companies that are smaller. So you can go ahead and have a level funded setup where it saves you money because you're not paying the premiums for these Blue Cross Blue Shield plans. But this is still, with Allstate, a fully insured full medical plan. I believe they use the Cigna uh, network to go ahead and have it. So anywhere that Cigna is taken, you could also use this. Um, they have another option on here that's called the reference-based pricing model, which I'm a huge fan of. It also ends up being a little bit less expensive because reference-based pricing holds insurance and insurance carriers. It holds the hospitals and doctors accountable for what they charge on their bill. So this way you can actually go ahead and you would actually be charged properly. They won't pay out to the hospitals until they can verify that the bills are correct. This lowers their cost as a carrier because they know that what they've paid out is accurate and they're not being grossly overcharged and in turn having to raise your costs and your premium. So I love the reference-based pricing model. I think it can have tremendous impact on the medical field and health insurance in general. So I do encourage people to explore that to see if that would be best for them. But this Allstate product is great. If you're in a fully insured group plan, but your renewals are coming up and you just want to see what other options are out there, please reach out to me. I'd love to run this past you. We'd love to see what the quotes come back on. See if it makes sense and may be able to save you money and actually get you a better product. The last part of this that I want to highlight is it's customizable. So all plans, I don't know anyone else that actually is doing this. Allstate will allow you to, they call it pulling different levers. Pulling different levers in your plan will adjust the costs, meaning they'll quote you at a standard plan. But say the deductible on it is $3,500 and you actually want a $1,500 deductible. You can customize it. You can pull that lever to lower the deductible and it will change the plan cost. So in this case, it would be more expensive because you got a lower deductible. But you can do that with a handful of things. You can extend the max out of pocket. You can move the deductible up and down. You can move the percentages. So say you want to do copays on doctor's visits, you can adjust the copay prices. You can adjust the coinsurance prices. And all of those things will have an effect on the price. But what that does for you is it allows you to have the best plan possible for your group, and allows you to actually have a say in what you find important or valuable in the plan. There may be things that just aren't important to you that you don't want to cover that will lower the cost of your plan. So there's a whole variety of things that you can do. And that's part of why I love it, is that it adds a level of customization that you're just not going to find anywhere else. So if any of this sounds interesting, if you're curious to see what it looks like to jump into this type of plan, please reach out. I'd love to talk about it with you and see if this might be a good fit for your company.